state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to talk about how I am front running altcoins and altcoin season in particular. And before we do that though, I'm going to ask if you can kindly smash that like button, because this does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you leave below. Thank you for so much for those who take the time to do that. Now, of course, we do have a little bit of issues with the sound, and so just bear with me. We'll have that resolved this week sometime, but there is a little bit of an echo there on the recording. So just if you can push through there, that'd be wonderful. Okay, so first and foremost, we see this pattern here repeating on altcoins. As you can see, we had a drop. We've seen similar patterns here play out exactly with this final kind of drop happen before takeoff. And of course, this would have been April 2021, May 2021. And this is what I've been sharing with people on the channel consistently, how I felt that this drop was more like April, May of 2021. We bottomed out in June, went sideways to July, and then we fly up until November. And so if that was to repeat here, then we'd see some kind of takeoff around April time, where we could possibly take off until May, June time. And there are some rate cuts on the way, we expect, if inflation continues to come down. And of course, all of these are contingent on tariffs and inflation and other factors that are going on outside of the crypto bubble here. So let's talk about Total 3, which is what I like a little bit more than Total 2. Total 3 is all the altcoin market minus Ethereum, because Ethereum has been a big underperformer. And you can see that just like Bitcoin, the total market cap, and excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, has now broken above both the 200-day moving average and the 200 EMA. This is why I feel Total 3 is a more accurate indicator of what's going on in altcoins than Total 2, which is just not going too well. Many people are saying you can't have an altcoin season if Ethereum doesn't pump. Absolutely rubbish. Sit down. Those people probably own a bunch of Ethereum and need you to be their exit liquidity. I'm not falling for that, because we've seen altcoins pump plenty in this bull run from January 2023 right up until we had the big sell-off around the new year in January, and we didn't need Ethereum to set a new all-time high there. So let's have a look at my altcoin strategy. A lot of people, the main question I've been asked is, when am I buying altcoins? Well, first and foremost, I want to see the 50-day moving average. That's confirmation for me here. The 50-day moving average for Ondo, for example, is at $1.08. And some people will say, well, why would I buy it all the way to $1.08 if you think it's going to get there and above? Why wouldn't I bought it at 73 cents? Well, I did buy some at 73 cents, okay? Mostly, what I've been doing is buying here at 81 and then selling at 88. And this is what I've been teaching people in the Tribal Trades Discord and our live trade sessions, is how to front run and get ahead of an altcoin move. And so part of what we've been doing in the strategy, and what I've been sharing on here now for the last couple of months, is how to teach people how to short the market. And so while the market was going down, we could only really be making money on the way down. And so you can buy up here at $1.50, and then you can sell down at $1.09, just like you can buy at $1.09 and sell at $1.50. And we've been teaching that in the Tribal Trades Discord. We have a leverage lounge specifically for leverage traders to learn and to grow and to be able to make money on the way down as also on the way up. And so part of that was saying, okay, we can buy here at 81 and then sell at 88, but then we can buy again at 88 and then sell at 81, and we can make money going down, shorting the market. You can do so even as low as 1x leverage. And so if you do want to learn how to do that, you can find out in the Tribal Trades Discord. We teach how to do that, and we have live trading sessions every week. We had one yesterday, in fact. And of course, so what we see here is that part of that strategy was I was scalping in and out of long and short plays, and we have been as a Discord community. And then also what I shared over the last few days, and I actually shared it in the March 20th video as well, so you can go and check that video out, March 20, where I shared about altcoins. But I wanted to go in more detail and make the whole video specifically about it to really get your attention with this, because I don't want people going, well, how come you didn't tell me to buy when it was down here at 81? Well, I did on March 20th, okay? And so how this is running is that I will be buying at 81 and then selling at 88, rebuying at 81, selling at 88, buying at 81, and then what happens, at some point it's going to break through and I won't sell at 88 because there's no resistance anymore. The resistance now is support. And so therefore I will hold that play until we find resistance. So let's see, we find resistance at the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame there with Ondo. At that point, and then I would get out of the trade and then I would get back in the trade. So let's say we come up to 98, there I'm selling, and then as we come down and create a higher low, maybe at 91 or at 88, then I would buy back in. So I'm swing trading effectively. I've got my scalp trades where I'm getting in and out many times during the day, as many times as possible. But I've got my second portfolio. Remember, I've taught often on this channel about the 3 different portfolios: the hold, the accumulate, and the day trade scalp. So the day trade scalp, I'm trading for 5 and the 15-minute time frame, and I've taught extensively on that, and I teach extensively on that in the Discord, how to make money at any time. Open up your phone or computer wherever you are, standing in line at the airport. You can be paying for your flight as you're waiting to get on it by the longing or shorting the market on the 5 and the 15-minute time frame. But also for those people that perhaps don't have time to do that and babysit their trades and just want to buy and hold and then sell, I've been teaching people how to do that to the downside, where they can buy here and then a couple of days later come down and sell all the way down to 81. Like, you know, if you'd shorted the market on the 14th of March, you could have then taken profit on the 16th of March, a full 2 days later. So this strategy is not just for those short-term, full-time, work-from-home, day trading kind of people. It's also for everybody who even works 9 to 5. You can learn how to do that in the Discord. And so where we go there is now I've been front running. So how do we front run Altseason? We do this exactly where we have the swing portfolio. So my scalping, 5 to 15 minute. Then I have my day trading. That's my day trading. Then I have the swing trading. And so at this point now with Ondo, now if we get rejected here and we come back in and there is a rejection against this Fibonacci, then I would be out of the Ondo trade and I would look to get back in at 81 cents. Now you might say, well, look what happened here. It didn't quite get down to 81 cents there. It got close enough. So I was able to get back in the trade there at 80, 82, or it did get back to 81, 81.5. So this candle got back to 81 right here on the button. So this candle to get back in the trade. So you get in the trade here, get out of the trade here, get back in the trade at 81 right here on this candle. And then now I'm in a place where I'm waiting to see what happens, whether we break through, whether we come back, retest, we break down as to whether to get out of the trade. Now, of course, if we keep going, then I stay in the trade and I stay in the trade until we find resistance and I get out of the trade and then I get back in the trade on support. Okay, now until we get back above the 50-day moving average. Once we get back above the 50-day moving average, which is sitting around about $1.07, and the 200 EMA in the day, which is sitting about $1.08. So until we get back above that, that's going to be my strategy. Now, once we get back above the 50-day moving average and hold that as support and continue to make higher highs and higher lows as we move up, that is when I would just start adding now to the position and pushing that as a longer term hold position. Sure, I could still treat it as a swing position, and I may do so depending on the different economic factors and the macro environment that the economy and, you know, tariff's going to rear their ugly head again, and we see a final capitulation to the downside, and this turns out to be a dead cat bounce. But the 50-day moving average. Now, if you're a conservative trader and you're concerned and you don't want to be getting in and out of trade, and you're like, okay, that sounds great, but I would just rather wait until we have confirmation, then that's going to be the 50-day moving average. Therefore, that would be waiting for the 50-day moving average to break above that, and of course, the 200-day moving average, which is sitting above that. So these three together, a break above that, but really the 50-day moving average, a break above that would, and a successful retest and hold of that level, confirm support, that would be the place that I would be entering in for any longer term holds there. And of course, this is going to continue to come down while we're below it. It's like a magnet. All of these EMAs and MAs get pulled down. And of course, you see these starting to curl as we get above, like the 9 EMA there. It's starting to curl. Now, I'm doing that all the same with all the coins, SUI and Tau and any other altcoins that I'm trading as well. I'm buying the low of the range, and then I'm looking to, let's look at another one such as SUI. This is one that I shared yesterday, and we traded this live in the Discord at $2.25, and I shared with people that's when we're getting in. And so people got in on 2 trades yesterday, right here when we were doing the live trading session in the Discord. And if you do want to join the Discord, it is a closed exclusive trading group. I left it open for a while for people to join up, and I've closed it, but I am allowing people to come in. You can get access by emailing me. The email address is in the description of this video down below, and we won't always be doing this. So while the opportunity is there, if you'd like more information, just click the more button. The description of this video will pop out. There's an email address there. You can email me there, and I will send you an invitation email. Of course, you can accept that email to get access to the Discord there. And of course, I'm in the Stocks with Josh Discord, which is an open Discord. You can join that at any time. And so I would say that after Easter time, we'll probably re-close off the Discord, and there'll be another wait list that will occur as a result of that. So I will be inviting people to join Tribal Trades Discord. And you can learn those things. We've got the leverage lounge in there where you can connect with other people who are longing and shorting the market. And we do those live trading sessions where you can interact with me personally via those live trading sessions. It's not just you watching me. We're all communicating in the live trading session. I believe that's how everybody learns the best, and we have a lot of fun doing that. And of course, the Stocks with Josh Discord, that's an open Discord. I have my own Crown Traders channel in there where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups. We do some leverage sessions in there as well in the Stocks with Josh Discord. And of course, as always, entertainment, right? Because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay, and as I was talking with Sui about $2.25, so we got in this in the Discord, and the whole idea was the same thing. Getting in at $2.20 or $2.10, riding this up. Resistance had been at $2.38, taking profit there, getting back in around these lower levels, riding it up. Now, those who got in with me on the swing trade, now we were scalping Sui, and I got stopped out in profit on the live session last night, but I kept my swing trade open, and it's still open. And so we got above 238, so there's no reason to close out of the trade like we did over here where it got stopped at $2.38 on the button, and then you can come back and get in at $2.25, which we did. Now we've got some resistance at the 20 EMA on the daily and the 50 EMA on the weeklies coming up. So I want to see what happens there. If we reject there and come back to $2.38, I can either get some profit there at 245 and then get back in on a, this would be golden and would confirm an uptrend to make a higher high, then come back, maybe retest this $2.38, make a higher low, and then I can either add to the trade or get back into the trade there. So there are a couple of plays there for Sui there as well. And that's what I'm doing with all of the coins. That's how you can join me in front running this altcoin, because otherwise the 50-day moving average is all the way up at 283. And I would rather have a position at $2.25 than $2.83. And I hope to run the swing play all the way up to the 50-day moving average. Of course, any rejection along the way, I would get out of the trade, buy back on support, sell at resistance, buy at support, keep swinging this token all the way up. And at some point, and this is what I did with Sui, and I opened a swing position in September of 2024 when Sui was just over $1, and I didn't actually close out the position until February. So I actually was able to run that all the way up for 5 months. It kind of turned out to be a semi-hold position in that sense. But that's sometimes why I like swinging the market, and why I like having those multiple portfolios and strategies where I can do that. And so if you want to join me with that, that's how you would do that. That's all we have time for today. Thanks again for tuning in. And until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.